Hey guys, welcome back to Rusty Autoholic Garage. I realize it's been a while again, but it's because of some computer problems I've been having, and I'm in the current process of building a new computer, and the last piece comes tomorrow. So as the making of this video right here, right now, I don't even have a computer to edit and upload this video to YouTube. But I got some parts in. I want to kind of just do a quick unboxing video, so once the new computer is built, I can kind of test it out by putting this video together. Now, as you remember, in my last video, I finally shut the hood, and I thought it might have a hood clearance issue. The hood does shut, but there's no way I can use this water thermostat. It's basically touching the hood. And a lot of y'all made comments that, oh, the engine's too high, I'm going to have a center of gravity problem. You know, I should have checked this. And yeah, that was a bit of a fub on my part. I should have checked it. But I started really looking into it after I finished the video, and I compared it to some of my old videos of when we had the 4.0 in the engine bay. And what I discovered is the intake, the exhaust, and the thermostat slash water neck housing on this Kubota V2403 is actually mounted really high. And I think it's just for the application for which this motor was in. And I'm not really sure what this motor came out of. Could have been a tractor, could have been a generator, could have been a forklift. It's a multitude of applications, and I don't really know where this motor came from. But I kind of realized it's just the intake, exhaust, and the water neck that are all really high. If you look at the valve cover and where the head is, it's actually about the same or even slightly lower than the 4.0. So I don't really think I'm going to have any kind of weird high center of gravity issues. But anyway, what I wanted to unbox was this right here. Now, I've had this for about a week. I got this from partsbarn.com. These people sell brand new and used Kubota parts for Kubota engines. And they were able to hook me up with all the parts I needed to hopefully fix my hood clearance issues. Now, I do want to say this is not a sponsored video. I did buy these parts myself, but I have been emailing them, and they were able to put everything I need together into a nice package, and they got this here insanely fast. I've had it for over a week, but wanted to give them a quick shout out. The turnaround time on this was insane. I want to say I had this in 2.5 to 3 days, and I ordered it really late one night too. So anyway, let me move some stuff around real quick, and we'll go ahead and open this up and see what I got. Okay, got everything set up the way I want to. I went ahead and just cut open the box. And I want to say immediately, having not pulled anything out yet, this is a very well packaged box from partsbarn.com. I mean, it's got wrapping all the way to the top, so stuff isn't going to slide around. I'm really impressed by that, so huge shout out to them. Very good packing job. So anyway, let's remove this. Now, I ordered quite a few things. I haven't looked at it yet. So the first thing in the box is this. This is the new thermostat cover housing. This one clears the hood, but there's no way you could get a hose on it and have it turn. So what they had, and I ordered this brand new, and it is an official Kubota made in Japan, which is one of the things I really like about this website, is a 90-degree turn. Now, the lower radiator hose is coming out to the passenger side. If you have a normal Jeep, it'd be driver's side, but mine's right-hand drive. So I think, just looking at this, I'm going to put this one on here like that, and then have a hose just come over here to the radiator over here. I'm not really sure the radiator I'm running exactly. I don't know if I'm going to run the factory radiator yet or change it. That's just something I'm going to have to figure out once I get to it. But this, just even looking at it right here, is going to clear my hood just fine. So that's going to be a huge help, because I had thought about cutting this, but this is cast aluminum, so I can't weld aluminum, and I'm not the greatest welder in the world. Hence why you have seen no close-up shots of my motor mounts. That was done for a reason. The welds are good enough to hold, and that's all I really care about. Again, hashtag, I'm not a welder. So anyway, so we have, these are all the exhaust gasket manifolds, because I am changing the exhaust manifold. Right now, this manifold, it's at a 45-degree angle, and it tilts upward, and the turbo's mounted on top. and that's just not going to work for the new turbo I'm going to. So that's the next thing we have here. Well, next two things. This is the intake manifold. Again, notice Kubota brand, not a knockoff. I always really like getting the name brand stuff if I can. Now this, I can't remember if this one was a pull-off. They have stuff that they sell that are called pull-offs. So it's a used part that has been deemed in good enough condition that you can use again. And I really like that idea. Like it's a neat way to recycle, not to waste, and you can save quite a bit of money by using those. However, I think this one might be brand new. I don't remember. I'd have to go and check. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and open it. That'll be easier. Yeah. Man, this is a nice piece. No rust at all. Clean finish. By the way, this is the new exhaust manifold I'm going to. And the reason I went with this is now I can mount the turbo off the side because I have plenty of room over here to mount it. Now, I might have to move one or two things and I might have a slight clearance issue with the alternator, but I already have a fix for that if that is the case. But this is going to give me plenty of hood clearance because I don't know if you can tell where this one, it's a 45-degree angle and it mounts like here. If you actually look at this, this is actually lower. So this just helps lower everything. This is actually a really nice piece and it's a lot lighter than I thought it would be. But I mean, it's very thick. But that's a very nice piece. So yeah, that's going to go over here. And that should work out well. And again, I have brand new gaskets and everything. I didn't really think about this. Okay, this is probably my, yep, that's my receipt. Y'all need to see that. And this is the pull-off part. This is the piece I was most excited about. Now, I got to figure out what that's for. I'm not sure yet, to be completely honest with you. But this is the new intake manifold. Now, I think you can kind of see it in the shot, and you've seen it in my other videos, and I'll do a zoom into it so you can see what I'm talking about. The current intake manifold, it's a manifold designed for this turbo setup, so it just has one pipe going over the intake. And it works for the application, like there's nothing wrong with it. But the hood was very close to this hose, and I wasn't going to use it anyway. But it was going to be another, you know, weird, how am I going to clear that? How am I going to get, you know, a right angle silicone piece to come out here to go to the boost hose? And what this does is this actually puts the air intake at the very back of the motor. And that actually helps me quite a lot because I have more room on the back side of the V2403 right now than I do the front. So having the boost hose come out the back is going to really help me. I'm going to have a lot more intercooler piping and everything, but that's not really a problem. It really does help me solve a couple of things. But this is definitely a used piece. You can tell it's been used before. It has a bit of dried gasket on it. But again, I didn't have to pay brand new price. I want to say this was like half the price of something brand new. But even for it being used, I have bought used parts that looked severely worse than this, and I still use them. I mean, this is actually quite nice, all things considered. But they put a piece of tape over the intake. I mean, this is very nice, but all of this will work. So I wanted to give a quick shout out. If you're doing a project like this, knowing where to get parts can be huge. I happened upon partsbarn.com, and they have been amazing. Very well packaged, very nice people to deal with, very quick email responses, and a great website, you know, and it's, you know, you're dealing with people in the United States. You know, I didn't have to buy this off of eBay where, you know, I've run into this with eBay parts before where they're like, it ships from the US, and well, it's actually from China, and it has to be on a boat, it has to get from the boat, and then it gets to the seller who's in the US, and then he has to ship it to you, and it takes months. I had this all within less than a week, and the prices were more than fair. Actually, I think most of this was cheaper than the eBay prices, and the eBay stuff was all knockoff. Like, it wasn't genuine Kubota gaskets. So, you know, when you find people that actually sell the real stuff, it can be really helpful. But anyway, this right now is the solution to all of my hood clearance issues. Again, this will put the air intake out the back. And actually, just looking at it right here, well, that piece is going to be the same, but I didn't have a hood clearance with that because when I'm having hood clearance problems is that center support that goes up the hood. So this is way off to the side of it, so I'm not worried about that. There were a couple other intakes you could get. There was actually another intake where it came out right here, and I thought about doing that, and I'm sure a lot of y'all are going, oh, you know, Grant, that would be ideal because, you know, it would be right here and you could put it right to your intercooler. But I was really hesitant with going with that intake because it was more of a steep angle like this, and it was pointed upward. And because I'm having so many hood clearance issues right now, I really wanted to just get everything down as low as possible. So having this one back here really low is going to just be very, very helpful. Not really sure what this was for originally. I'm going to have to plug it off because it's going to be a huge boost leak if I don't. But yeah, I knew that was going to be there when I ordered it, by the way. It's not like, oh, hey, I didn't know that was going to be there. But anyway, again, huge shout out real quick to Parts Barn. Fast shipping, fair prices, very, very helpful. So thank you so much. And again, once I get my computer back up and running and I can edit video and render the video and upload it, I really am going to try working on this once to twice a week. My goal is really one video a week at the minimum, but if I'm, you know, if life, work, everything else falls in line, I might be able to do 2 videos a week. The other thing I do have coming in this week is part of my CNC plasma cutting table. I thought it was the whole thing, but upon closer inspection, it's like one of the 3 pieces is coming. So still going to be getting that later this month, which we need to make new transmission and transfer case cross members. I also need to finish making the MP231 doubler. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. So we have a lot of work to do. I mean, we've made great progress. I'm really happy that the engine's in here. And actually, my next video might just be me installing all these really nice parts from partsbarn.com. But anyway, that's all it is for this video. Really short and sweet. Again, going to try to get more on a regular schedule. As always, I love hearing from y'all, so leave a comment down below. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing. And if you have, again, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.